Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mama of twins, four crazy rescue dogs, a rescue cat who likes to craft in her spare time, has graduated with her degree in ASL, and is trading for life. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message. It boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could use that. And if you are a returning friend, you already know the crazy you're in for, so grab your drink, sit on back, and let's have at it. Last week was absolutely insane. Nothing bad. We had Jeepfest on Saturday, so most of the week was gearing up towards all of that. So we passed out suckers, we passed out rubber ducks. All of that had to be branded with at least something with KG Law on it. We had a great day that day. It was much colder than I was anticipating. Made some really good connections, and hopefully we'll see some more business out of that, so that it would be really good. We were on the news with the Jeep Babes, so that was very cool. Got a bunch of stuff done. We had a trial, we had hearings, all the things. This week is proving to be just as exciting. This is crazy. I thought I had another month for Bear Lake, as I think I said before last week. Bear Lake is this Saturday. Bear Lake is an ultra marathon that for the last several years, actually, my firm has been a sponsor, and I have run it. It's a trail run. It is a brutal course. It's not flat at all, and it's through the woods. So yay, lots of fun. So, am I prepared? Absolutely not. Are we going to do at least one laps? Absolutely, we're going to give it a go. Maybe we'll get 2. Maybe we'll get 4. Who knows? I know that if we're going to hit more than 2 laps, it's going to be take a break, take care of my mom and my son for a bit, and then go back out on the course kind of thing. William has said he'll go out on the course with me before he goes to work, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, we are, let's see, what else? I did order a couple things off of eBay that will end up, once they're made, they'll be gifts. And then I ordered from Mama X Stitch off of Etsy. It's a pattern of a little witchy, like gothy mermaid. She's so cute, and she's got 2 little angler fish under her, like with her. She's super, super cute. Have I started them? Nope. Am I going to? One day. So yeah, lots of fun. For those of you who are following along on my health kick, my getting back on track, we are now down about, depending on what the scale says on any given day, we're down at least 30 pounds. That's fantastic. I am basically down to the weight I was when I attempted my first full Ironman. So that's pretty good. And what I realized in the mirror the other day is I finally saw it in my shoulders. And that is usually the first place I notice it. Of all the places, it will be in my face and my shoulders. And that is the first place I gain it. Well, it's actually the second place I gain it back. The first place I will gain weight is in my boobs. That is the last place I lose it. But I lose the roundedness. I call them fat girl shoulders. I know that's a horrible thing to say. But like when my shoulders slim down and they look more almost squared off, that's when I start to notice the weight loss. That's a me issue. I know that's a total me issue. So yeah. We're on I think we're close to day 30 in a row of biking at least a half an hour every single day. That included Saturday after being on my feet all day. And let me just tell you that it is harder on my hips and back to just kind of be standing than it is to be like walking. If I had walked all day, I don't think I would have hurt as bad or needed as much pain medicine through the day as just standing. I don't know why that is. I'm sure there is a valid reason why that is. I just don't know it. So yeah. So this week we have another, I think I have 2 trials this week, in addition to Bear Lake and some other stuff. I did order my glasses. I ordered through Pair Eyewear. I ordered the Sotos. They're kind of round. They're super cute. And I've already placed orders for some toppers. So excited. What I don't understand is, like, you can buy an SVG file to, like, cut your own toppers. But, like, how are people making them? Like, I don't know that my Cricut will cut, like, the acrylic. So do I, like, and then one guy was selling a resin mold for them. So I don't know. If anybody knows more details on that, I think that would be super fun to be able to, like, make my own rather than, I mean, like, so yeah. So there's that. Let's see what else. We're still stitching the Paralympics. I am behind. So my mission is to kind of get caught up. So I may be, like, pulling 2-a-days. I don't know. I did not get a whole lot of stitching. And in fact, like, this weekend was, like, the Beat the Mod weekend in Whip Warriors. And I'm like, I hope I'm not drawn this week to beat me, because anybody who did even a single stitch would beat me this week. I literally got in 0 stitches this weekend. Because Saturday I came home, I biked, we unpacked part of the car, like the perishables, because I had packed a cooler, and I was in bed by 8:30. Excuse me. And slept till, like, literally slept like 12 hours. Well, slept and laid in bed for about 12 hours. So, no regrets. I worked my butt off going in, and yeah. I will say that I am feeling a pull more towards some other crafts lately. So you may start seeing some of my other craftingness. I'm feeling the need to pull out, like, sweaters that I was knitting on, or I actually would really like to be able to pull out my sewing machine and do some sewing. So we'll see. But let's talk about what we did for stitching. So we did do several. We're still keeping up on, and what's fun is I've been able to still tie even, like, my weekly goals on some of my projects into the prompts for the stitching the Paralympics. We're doing awesome at the wait. I hope people are really, I hope you're having an opportunity to learn and to watch the Paralympics. It is absolutely amazing, and it's fun because I've had some friends who are like, yeah, we didn't get it. Or they confused the Paralympics with the Special Olympics. Those are 2 very, very different things. Or they're, like, I posted on my Facebook the different classifications and how they go about, like, equaling the playing field for when you have visually impaired athletes against visually impaired athletes. Well, you know, there's a lot of variations with visual impairments. And so to level the playing field, you may see them all blindfolded. There's a lot of talk about the swimmer, I believe he's from China, with no arms and that. And he just, holy cow. I mean, you have the athletics that's involved. And then, like, with the VIs, with your VI people and that, you often have guides. And your guide has to be trained at the same level, if not slightly above you. Because I have guides, and my guides are fantastic. I'm not allowed to participate in triathlons without a guide. And actually, I don't know that, like, one of the reasons I'll be able to go out on the course on Saturday is because I still have a guide with me. That course is a little different, and it is set up at a blind kid camp, so I'm a little lucky in that regard. And we're not going to be out there super long. So I could probably, like, I can usually pull off a 5K without a guide if I know the course. And that course I know kind of well. Um, but I do struggle. Like, so my neurosurgeon doesn't let me usually race without guides. That is one of our deals. So I am a classified para triathlete. Am I Olympic level? I suppose it on some level. I guess I could get there, but it's not been a. Regardless, I digress. It has been so. Some of the sports are different. One that came up the other day was, it's actually called goal ball, and it is played with visually impaired athletes usually play it, and the ball that they're using, it's almost like a soccer. I want to say like a soccer variation. It's got a bell in it, so they can hear the ball, and that's how they're tracking it. So knowing things like that, like, so I really hope like people, and I think that whoever is doing the social media for the Paralympics on TikTok, they deserve a raise because it is just fantastic. So some of the prompts, I'm using the actual prompt, but the sport that it says the sports that it says that it belongs to isn't in the Paralympics. So just keep that in mind. Hold, please. Okay, sorry about that. So we're like, so my goal is when we do the Winter Paralympics is to not to have to borrow Katie's prompts, but like just sort of have our own, which may have more information too about the Paralympics and stuff. So that is my goal. Fingers crossed. I probably should start working on it now because, you know, I have just over a year, and we all know how things. Yeah, how life gets. So, anyways, okay, so, first up on my list that I worked on, not a whole lot, again, nothing, like, I did not get tons of stitching done. I did get some done. So, I forget, let me pull it up on Instagram, because usually I post, like the prompt with the, although it does not look like I kept up on it, even doing that last week. Like I said, it was a crazy week. We'll figure it out. Let's see. So day 9, it was for rowing. There is, I don't know if they do rowing. I know they do kayaking in the Paralympics, but it was stitch something with a row or a border. So I picked the 4th of July rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches that I'm stitching with Stephanie. Stephanie's done with hers. We don't, like, look, you know, if you're doing a sale with me, you never know if I'm gonna like knock it out in like one big day, like 1 week weekend, or if it's gonna take me 3 years. It's all a game, and that's okay. So I had hoped to get the whole word honor and the word and done. Clearly that didn't happen, but I got most of the word honor in. We'll take it. That just means that, you know, we have another whack at it this week. So, okay. So then there was, I don't know that I connected this one with a prompt, which is, let's see. I did not. And that's okay. This is my traditional Quaker that I'm stitching for my friend Emily. it's one of those, if you know, you know, and if you don't, okay, that's fine too. So I got, well, I got this part in. I know that. Got that. So I got this wet, like this line, and then down here done. So, I mean, we're getting so close to being done with this, and it's going to be a sad day because I absolutely love it. It's just stitch on a cream 18 count Aida. The trick is that the floss is Threadworks Bradley Balloon, and I do it X by X so that the colors are nice and vivid, and I absolutely love it, and it's just, it's so good. So hopefully I can come in this week maybe and finish in here and the hash marks in here. That would be really cool to get that done. The thing is once I start working on this, I don't want to put it down. And then I have to kind of stop myself and go, wait a second, you have other stuff you need to work on. So I don't know. That's kind of where we are. Okay. So then the one day was the marathon, and we do lots of running in the Paralympics still, which is fantastic. Especially, like, I am in awe not only of the visually impaired athletes who have to run with guides, and I know the dedication that it takes on both ends, and getting used to running while holding onto the rope in between you. That's a skill in and of itself. Like, that's not easy. And the matching paces and understanding that you'll be disqualified if you are not connected, if you're not holding on, if you drop the rope between you, if your guy crosses the finish line before you, you're disqualified. Like, it's very, like, there's some very specific special rules to running as a para athlete. Like, but then you also have the amputees that are running, and, like, you know, we have the one amputee, if I don't know if you watch, she was a double amputee, and her prosthetic, one of the side, broke during her race, and she's literally hopping on one blade to the finish line. Like, and then the one runner, she's visually impaired. Her guide started having some medical issues during the race, and she was a bronze medalist, and they ended up taking her medal away because she dropped the rope between them for just a split second to help her guide, because her guide was having was cramping and having medical issues. And literally, I thought it was, like, that's serious enough, but I actually thought he almost looked like he was going to be, like, collapsing. And she was holding him up. And so she's lost her bronze medal for that. Like, heartbreaking. So the day of the marathon, it was stitch on your oldest whip. And I went back in my videos, and I have my two oldest whips that I could discern were Jeep Van Gogh and Pandemic, ironically enough. I know. And so I elected to work on, and then I think the periodic table. Those were the three. And I was like, okay. So I did work a little bit on Jeep Van Gogh. There we go. So we got some more black of the Jeep in. And this is just on a 14 count gigantic piece of Aida. And when it goes up, it will be Starry Night from Van Gogh, hence the Van Gogh part, with the red Jeep in the corner, hence the Jeep Van Gogh. Okay. And then the other day it was, I forget what the prompt was for, but it was stitch on something with more than one person in it. So I did pull up Dennis and Kay, and I worked just a little bit down in here with his jacket. So very clearly I have lots to catch up on. Let's see. I can tell you how much we have to catch up on. So I know the one prompt is to stitch something with a house. So I'm going to pull out Alice in Wonderland. Okay, so day 8 was beach volleyball. Now, we don't have beach volleyball in Paralympics. We do have sitting volleyball. So that was that was the day that I worked on Dennis and Kay, because it was stitch on something with more than one person. With rowing, I did 4th of July rules. So I need to go back to day 10, which is stitch on something with a house or a building, and I'll do Wizard of Oz. Gymnastics. I don't have gymnastics, but the prompt is stitch on something by your favorite designer. I'm going to say that my favorite designer is me, just to make it easier, and I'll work on Kay and Dennis. Let's see. I believe yesterday was day 12. And under Kay's prompt, it's equestrian. So stitch on something with an animal. I'm going to go with Wizard of Oz, because Wizard of Oz has the Cowardly Lion, or the Flying Monkeys, or Toto. Day 13 is synchronized swimming, so something that's part of a SAL or was recommended to you by another stitcher. So I will do 4th of July rules this week. Weightlifting. There is weightlifting. If you ever want to see like amazing weightlifters, I mean, weightlifting alone is just mind-boggling to me, but Paralympic weightlifting is even more mind-boggling to me. So that is stitch on something you can't wait to work on. I have lots of those. Let's see. Then we have soccer, which is stitch towards your goal on any project. So I have lots of those. So, I mean, there's still, and then the modern pentathlon, which is stitch on something that is part of a series. I could do Wizard of Oz because I'm using the Brooks Books series for the Wizard of Oz characters. And then the closing ceremony is stitch on something you plan to finish in 2024. So I'll pull out Quaker, traditional Quaker, because that is slated to be a gift for Emily for Christmas. I can either do that one. I can do Dennis and Kay, because that's a goal for this year to be finished. I can pull out, there's a lot of goals that I still have to finish this year. So, excuse the crazies. Welcome to the chaos. So clearly have lots to do, but again, work and stuff is going to take priority. So we'll see between now and next week how much I actually get done. So, I still need to get to the post office, and I say that every week, but I really and truly do need to get to the post office and mail out at least one package. So there's that. Hopefully my glasses will come soon. We're going to keep going on health and wellness. And I'm now able to wear just about all of my daughter's pants, which is really weird because I don't think my daughter's that big. I actually think my daughter's kind of small. So to know that, like, I'm literally wearing her pants now and they're comfortable, and I wore her pants yesterday and they were comfortable. That's all good things. I am still in as much as I can right now, purging as much as I possibly can, and just working through one step at a time. So with that, remember, you are smart, and you are beautiful, and you are strong and brave, and you are cherished You are needed. You are wanted. You are loved. And you matter. So with that, if you need me, reach out to me at His Princess Kelly on Instagram or track me down on Facebook. And I will let you guys go. Have a good week. Talk to you later. Bye, y'all.